One of the rooms left that I still have to work on. This is the half bath downstairs in the condo. And I'm just getting ready to decide which one of these, what style of light fixture to put up right here above where the sink's going to be installed. We're just gonna reinstall the pedestal sink, and I've got it in here. I'm gonna have to move some of this stuff, by the way, to get these light fixtures up, but I need to get this room done. And the funny thing is where this oval mirror is, we decided not to do anything with the light fixture relocations or anything, but see how close those are to the side of this mirror. And I don't want to take the mirror down and get a smaller mirror or anything, because there's only so small of a mirror to go. Normally, wherever the mirror is above a sink, usually have a light fixture up here, and then you can put a long horizontal one there, you know, 18 inches long, 2 feet long, whatever, and have it go across there. But because they're on the sides, there's only so many things we can do. And I'm not going to put up the old lights. In fact, here's the old lights. The old lights are down in here. And I'm not going to do anything with those. And they were just two that came from here, and they kind of hung down like that. And see, this, we were just looking around at the store, and sometimes you might get certain ideas from a different type of light fixture. See, this is a medium exterior wall lantern, and I liked it because it was kind of narrow, and I thought maybe there was enough room. And I'm not sure if there's a light down here and up there or not, but it was narrow enough, I thought at the time, that if we were to put it here and have it facing up and down, and it was narrow enough, it would be far enough away from the mirror to not look like it's crowding the mirror. But even then, see, there's not much room right there next to the mirror, is there? And so no matter what we do, if anything is facing down, it's going to look like it's too close to the mirror, I think. And so for that reason, I don't think I'm going to use this one. Okay? And when I was at the store, we got 2 of these and 2 of these. Now, if you've been with me and you've seen some of the other lights that I installed, we installed something kind of like this, similar, upstairs. And you know, they're not all samey. This one's slightly different, but it's the same coloring and stuff. And see, here's the pedestal part of it, and it's facing up. Now you could probably install it facing down too if you wanted, you know, but for my case, I'm going to use it facing up. And this glows too when you turn the light on. And see, there's a light, a pendant light kind of, right there that faces down. I think that's going to look nice. Don't you think that would look good on both sides of the mirror? It's going to hang down a little bit, the square container, but yet most of it is going to be facing up. And then 2 little lights coming down, you know, from the base of that right there. And then this is all going to be lit up. And I've got a dimmer switch right here for the light. Okay. And that's going to be interesting too. You know, at night, if you don't want it so lit, you can turn it down. And these are LED lights. And you know what? Most LEDs nowadays are dimmable, but you might want to look on your light fixture and see if they're dimmable or not. But I'm pretty sure this one is. And see, it's LED. It's an LED style. And usually there's no bulbs to mess with, and that's why when I pull this out, the little direction sheet, I'm going to have to keep it in case this ever burns out. If it ever burns out, then you may have to order a whole board that gets replaced in here or whatever. But you know, that's years down the road. This thing will probably last, oh shoot, I don't know, 10 years, 15 years or more. until you get so tired of it, you're ready to replace it, ready to remodel your bathroom to do something different later on down the road. And this happened to have a dimmer switch on here from before for the incandescent lights, and I believe this will work for the LED lights too. Okay, so I'm going to be installing that, and it looks like I don't have much room there either. See that? That's a pancake box. It's only a 1/2 inch deep. See there? It's the thickness of the sheetrock, and so they screwed that on over the, they put a block of wood in there flush with the wall on the inside before they put the sheetrock, or they screwed it right over the top of a stud. Let's say the same thing over there. But that's okay, because this outside box, the trim, is probably, oh, I don't know, I'm gonna guess it might be a 1/2 inch, 3/4 thick. And so even if the wire nuts fit on the outside of that, that's okay too. And I'll be able to do it. I'll be able to do it. So I'm going to clean this up, and that's what my video is going to be about. I've got 2 of these. I think I'm only going to install 1 in this particular video, but then at the end of the video I'll show you what both of them look like. This one's so close up to the edge of the wall, it's going to be hard to show it anyways. Okay, so that's probably the one I'm going to show. So, you know, a little bit of work on my part to move the toilet out of here, move all this other stuff and get all set up. So if that's something you want to watch, stick around. Yeah, I think you can see that. Now see, here's the light. Here's the lights that were up here before, like that. And you know, we don't want to put those back up there. Those are 15 years old. They're kind of outdated, and that's why we thought, hey, since we've got them down, let's go ahead and upgrade this bathroom a little bit. I already repainted it, and we redid the floors and all that kind of stuff, and painted the doors and the frames and the door jambs, and put new hardware on the doors and all that kind of stuff. And so that's why we're going to go ahead and upgrade this. And I've got to make sure that the power is off, and I turn the light switch off, and I'm pretty sure that's pretty much done it. And I might be able to reuse those wire nuts too. I'm going to test this here. I'm going to turn the light switch back on, and let's see if the orange light comes on. See? The orange light comes on there. There. I'm going to turn the switch off all the way. Sometimes dimmers don't have an on-off at the bottom. You have to make sure you push it all the way. Okay, got it off. And this is, like I say, this is just a pancake box, and there's some mounting bracket screws on them. And I'm going to reuse those. And generally, most light fixtures, they don't come with the mounting screws that go to the actual box. If this was a plastic box, I would have used like 1.25" drywall screws. Okay, but these are fine, and those will work. And we've got the ground. I gotta see what's going on with the ground screw. Well, before I do anything with that, I'm gonna open up the light fixture and see if it has a ground wire on it. There's a ground wire here that's attached down to this screw down there, and then they just capped it off, and they didn't install the ground to that. That's kind of odd. The other light fixture, I can see they have a wire nut. They have a wire nut on the ground. There's 2 ground wires that go here, because the first wire from the light switch came to here, and then they went with another Romex piece of cable from here over to there, because this has 1 black, 1 white, 1 ground. This has 2 blacks, 2 whites, 2 grounds. Okay, so I think I'm going to have to do something different with that ground wire up there. Okay, so far so good. Okay, it does in fact have a ground screw or a ground wire coming out of it, so I'm going to have to rearrange that ground. But see, this is going to go up like this, and there's little mounting holes on the side. Most light fixtures go up, you know, pretty much the same. And when I look at this light, it's gonna face up, and I see that the screws going to the mounting screws at the top and the bottom. And so I know when I mount this, I'm gonna have to have it. I'm gonna have to have this facing straight up. Okay, and I can put this little ground wire over here on that side, and I've got a thought. And here's my 2 screws. That'll fit. This is figured on, you know, you can do that way, this way, however you want it, but this bracket will face up one way or another. And where my ground screw is, I'm just going to decide to put the ground screw off to the side like that. Okay? And before I do that, I'm just going to take this ground wire off of here, and they just had it kind of routed over the top of this. And I'm looking on the mounting screws, and there's 2 mounting screws there, so this little screw that they flopped it over is not gonna hurt anything to take it out. Same thing with this. They use this screw down here just to kind of hold this to the metal box, it looks like. But I've got an idea for that. I've got to get my pliers out. Okay, and I'm gonna see this wire. It's just coming straight out from the Romex, and now I'm just gonna straighten this out. And I don't know why they hooked it up like that, but they did. Okay, this top screw I'm not going to use. I could take that out if I wanted. It's there holding that. I've got 2 other screws that are going into that, and I don't think this is holding anything, but I'm going to go ahead and screw it in just to get it out of the way rather than unscrew it. Okay, now this big screw here, I'm going to go ahead and use it. Okay, I'm just going to take this and wrap this ground around it like that. Now I can tighten that back up. And this ground wire is simply grounding this metal box right there, like that. Okay? That's not going anywhere, is it? And now I've got this wire coming out like that. Okay, this is coming out straight. I'm just going to straighten out the end a little. And I don't think I've got to strip this wire back. Well, maybe I don't know if I'm going to. It's stuck out about 1/4 inch, and that should be enough for my orange wire nuts. Oops, to get on there. And they give you new wire nuts, but I'm going to use these old ones. Some people frown on using the old wire nuts, but hey, they still look good to me. And I really don't think I'm going to have a problem with them. And then I'll save the screws that came with it for another job. I'm going to strip this back just a hair. I'm going to make it, you know, a little bit longer. Okay. Okay, have you seen anything I've done so far? I've hardly done anything, right? You can do this too, okay? Any average Joe can do what I'm doing here to hooking up their own light fixture, okay? Let's get that bracket installed up there now.